We're here with Riverstone Homes today and Jamie Cagle, and I'm going to ask him some questions that we hear from buyers all the time and see if we can get some answers. So here we go. Spray foam versus traditional fiberglass. Why?
Oh man, this is one of my hot topics. And with us working together, you've heard so many times how I'm not a big fan of the spray foam.
I have.
I'm going to get some critics on here that's going to argue with me, and that's fine. This is just my opinion. I have been doing this for 34 years, but this is my opinion. And it's on the internet too. You can see back up anything I'm talking about. There are good things to the spray foam. It has a great insulation value if you use the closed cell. The open cell doesn't have really any better value. It's about a 3.5 R value per inch. So you still get, by the time you fill up an R13 cavity like you would on a regular exterior wall, it's basically the same insulation value. The problem I have with it is that the mold issues. When you spray that stuff up against drywall or put it up against your outside sheathing, water gets trapped, you never know you have a problem. Where that really comes into be an issue is in attic spaces. The number one reason that homeowners ask me about installation being sprayed in is because they love the idea that their attic is going to be 68 degrees. Well, that's fine and dandy, but air conditioned units are designed to heat and cool a box, an envelope. It's an envelope approach is what we look at to figure the amount of tonnage it takes to heat and cool a property. So when you take that attic and add it into the equation of the cubic footage, instead of just the square footage of floor space, it takes on a 12-12 pitch roof, let's say for instance, that is half again the space. So if you've got a 2,000 square foot house that you're heating with 9-foot ceilings, when you go to heat and cool that attic, now you're going to go double that, and now you've got to cool 3,000 feet. So you've got to add 50% more AC unit and spend that money on top of the fact that it's triple the price of normal insulation. It would take 30 years to pay it back. And at that point, when you get water underneath a roof penetration and you have a leak, good luck finding it when it's sealed from the ridge to the overhang. It's extensive repair issues. You know, when you go into an attic now, I can go in your attic when we do a remodel. Daniel or Johnny, the one can go in and say, hey, right here's the water leak around a boot or a pipe. And then, but with the spray foam, it's sealed. You can't get to the decking on the roof. So you could have extensive damage and never know it until it's way deep into the.
That would be my only concern, seeing them. When you go into them, they feel great, but how are you going to find a leak?
Yeah, and like I said, it's just a matter of a lot of people go back and retrofit a home that sitting here with a 2-ton unit designed for a 1,600 square foot house, and then they do that, and then later on they're like, my air conditioning's not keeping up. Well, yeah, you just increased the volume that it's trying to cool. So, you know, it's kind of like adding ducts into your basement, and all of a sudden you're losing 50% of the capacity of your air system. So that's why I don't do it. I've actually never done one on that because of what I know about it, and I've lost a few sales because I refuse to do it because I can't warrant it, and I don't want people later to be upset with their product.
What about price? Is it comparable?
Triple.
Is it triple?
Triple the cost.
Take you forever to recoup
a 2,000 square foot, for instance, home on a basement with a 2-car garage is going to be somewhere in the $4,000 to $5,000 range to do traditional insulation. 15,000 plus on the spray foam.
Oh my.
And there's a reason they don't do it in the ceiling. See, and in normal insulation, we blow the ceilings at the ceiling level, and the attic's hot, obviously.
Yes.
But the issue there is that they blow it around light fixtures. They can't spray this thing around all your ceiling lights and wiring stuff. If you ever want to add a light or have to get there and change a light out or rewire a box, you couldn't get to it. That's why they spray it in the rafters. So to me, it's more of a just kind of a hip thing right now to do. Like I said, you know, if you were trying to cool off a box and just do a garage or something that didn't have a lot of external wiring and stuff, I could see it on an exposed ceiling or something like that. But on a traditional house build, it's just not for me.
What about a basement? Like I see a lot of times it's sprayed in basements and homes where people have done it themselves.
It's maybe a better situation because you're not sealing the overhead part. It is a better sound dampener than regular fiberglass insulation. But again, and once you put that stuff in there, it's a chisel and hammer to get it out and do anything you ever need to do later. So you would have to, if I was going to do it in my basement, I'd be setting up plenty of conduit and extra pipe. So if I ever want to pull more wires, I could get to it and get to certain areas. But it's just not for me.